Hi, welcome back to IM4GOD Movement Podcast. You can find us on all your podcast platforms. For those that's just tuning in, you have to go back and check out the rest of them. You don't want to miss nothing because it's all about helping somebody out there. One of these stories, testimonies should help somebody. That's the key. For today, I want to introduce a special guest, Mr. Sean Sinclair. He wears plenty of hats, so I'm going to give him the chance to introduce himself as well. He has produced my sister's book and my daughter's book. So if those out there that have a book in them or wants to get into that industry, this is the guy you want to get in contact with. So give them some information about how to get in contact with you and where to find you and some things you have accomplished.
Thank you for having me, first of all.
You're welcome. Thank you.
My name is Sean Sinclair. I'm the author of over 15 best-selling novels. I'm the creator of Gangster Erotica, which is pretty much a subgenre I created that is erotic crime fiction. I'm also the owner, CEO, and publisher of Pen to Pen Multimedia. We are a author services company that we specialize in publishing books. We're home of the 90-day publishers package, whereas aspiring authors can get their books from manuscript to market within the 90 business days. In addition to that, I'm also a film producer, screenplay writer, and everything in between, all things entertainment. So our company, Pen to Pen Publishing, we specialize in getting books out. So I'm signed to Kensington Publishing out of New York. So my position is pretty much secure. Mm-hmm. But as an author and a reader, my goal in life is to get people who probably couldn't go the traditional route to get published. Our company gets those same books published with the same quality, same distribution outlets and everything. So that's what our goal is at Pen to Pen Multimedia. And
you was incarcerated, right?
Correct.
And your first big deal was the magazine.
Don Diva.
Right. Tell them a little bit about that.
Well, in fact, when I was incarcerated, I actually signed a deal with Wahida Clark Publishing. Mm-hmm. And so for those who don't know, she's one of the queen mothers of what we call urban fiction. Mm-hmm. And so I signed a deal with her right when I was still incarcerated. And for whatever, creative differences, we went our own separate ways when I came home. Mm-hmm. But I did utilize that platform to start my own company. And so that's what we've done thus far. But I discovered my penmanship when I was in the pen. So the name of my company, Pen to Pen, represents that because it was inside the penitentiary that I rediscovered my pen. So that's what Pen to Pen means. So
that would be something that you would tell people that feel like, they have nothing else out here to do, that, incarcerated is not a bad thing after all. Sometimes you may go there and, discover some other things you might be gifted in, right?
Well, other than the military, believe it or not, I think prison saved my life as well because the man I am today is not the man I always was. Right. And prison allowed me the chance to rehabilitate myself. And it wasn't that the state had rehabilitation programs for us. It's just that I knew that I wanted to be a better man. And so when you find yourself in prison, all you have is yourself and God.
Right, exactly.
And whenever you really pray for things and pray for change is possible. Never can forget. Right. No matter where you were, there's always help. No matter where you are, there's always help. But you have to do the work.
Yes. I remember when I first met you, you came into the beauty shop over when it was located on Raleigh Road.
Correct.
Because we're now on Ramsey Street.
Correct.
And I remember you came in with your books, selling them, and clients, they knew about you, what I'm saying, but I'm not really a big reader, but what I'm just saying. But they was just like, so excited to get them books, and then it was like constantly wanting more. And, from there, it just spazzled. We got a good relationship from there. And then you, as far as the IM4GOD, you was there in the beginning.
Absolutely.
So, to look back at, where how it started to now, what would you say about that?
I think it's amazing, it's phenomenal, but I'm not surprised because I saw the impact early on, and I remember that we would speak about the vision of the company, right. And everything that we spoke about back then has come to fruition. And I'm super proud of you, by the way. I'm super proud of the brand because I know, as you always like to say, it's not about you, it's about God.
Exactly.
With that being said, you have been a vehicle for this brand, so I'm definitely delighted in your success.
Oh, thank you. And you have to share that one episode you had with a gentleman when, this is the guy, y'all, when I tell the story and I say somebody, was a little upset and, what was it? Road rage.
Yeah, road rage.
Yeah, road rage.
Yeah.
And God had to check him right fast, remember who he's standing for. Tell them a little bit about that situation.
And so this incident, what I'm going to say, this is how I know the power of the brand. Mm-hmm. So this is when the brand was still kind of in its infancy stages, and I was wearing one of the shirts. Mm-hmm. And at the time, I was doing a lot of traveling.
Right.
And so I was driving one of my trucks, and this guy cut me off in traffic. Mm-hmm. And I pulled over, the old me came out, mm-hmm. and I jumped out, was ready to be ignorant. Mm-hmm. And then the guy said, "Hey, I like your shirt." And immediately it brought me back into remembrance of God right away. And I was like, man, and it calmed me down, and I had to recollect.
Yeah. That's the blessing part of the fact that you understand, you respect him.
Correct.
You respect who you standing for at that moment. So that's not of God. God is of love.
Indeed.
And so that would not have represented, because they would be like, oh, this man beat me up, and I forgot.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That wouldn't have been good at all. But just now to say, but as far as give the people a little bit. Well, let me say this. For me, being, how do you feel about you have two young black men as your own,
correct. And
what's going on in the world now? Mm-hmm. How would you tell, like for myself, a single black mm-hmm. woman is raising a young black man? What was something you would tell me or women like myself that, as far as raising a young black man in society now?
Well, that's a good question, by the way. Mm-hmm. I have a 24-year-old son and I have a 7-year-old right. son, so my parenting is at two different spectrums when it comes to age groups. Mm-hmm. So for the ones who already have grown sons, I would just caution you to talk to them, but more than talk, listen to them, see what they're going through, right. and then offer some advice. A lot of times children feel like they already have all the sense, right. but we know as adults it's a cold, cruel world out here. Oh, yeah. So you have to arm them with the best advice out here in this world, and that is to be humble, to move smart. Right. When it comes to, say, if you're in an encounter with the police, the side of the road is not the place to have court. Right. So the officer has a goal to get home. You have a goal to get home. Right. And that means cooler heads prevail. So you just teach your children to be smart. At the end of the day, be smart.
Yes. I have to say that. Then even to cap on that, as far as how now people are trying to take the Black Lives Matter and say Blue Lives Matter, all lives matter. Mm-hmm. Well, how do you feel about that?
Of course, all lives matter.
Right.
Indeed, all lives matter. But that's not what we're talking about in a sense. Mm-hmm. Pretty much the intent mm-hmm. of the Black Lives Matter movement is this. It's simply saying if two people are on the ground bleeding out, mm-hmm. don't save one and allow the other one to die. Right. Basically saying equal rights. That's it. So indeed, all lives does matter. But the Black Lives Matter context is saying, look, we recognize that there is a problem here, mm-hmm. and we can't put a Band-Aid over a gunshot wound. We've done it for centuries, and that's how we've gotten to this point. Mm-hmm. Well, the intent of the Black Lives Matter movement is saying, hey, look, what about us? That's it.
Yeah, I don't totally agree. Is there anything that you got cooking up that's coming up that you would like the people to know, that to check you out or anything for, there you go?
Absolutely. So my new novel, Dirty Music, drops later on this month, mm-hmm. and it's a continuation of the Crest Crew series, which started with street rap, King Reese, and now it's the third book, Dirty Music. Mm-hmm. In addition to that, look out for the short film, The Setup. Mm-hmm. We're shooting next month, probably be available early or second quarter of 2021. Be on the lookout for that. And you can just follow all of my stuff at SeanSinclair.com, or you can always go to info@pen2penpublishing.com to contact me to get your books out. Mm-hmm. Or you can go to the website, Pen2Pen Publishing, that's PEN, the number 2, PEN again, publishing.com. So it's Pen2penpublishing.com to catch up with everything we're doing. For you aspiring authors out there, I like to say authors because if you completed a book, you're an author.
Right.
If you feel like you have no way to get your book out, contact us. We turn those rough stones into diamonds, right. and we help you achieve your goals in publishing. So that's what we do.
Is it anything you like to tell a young black man out there, a jewel or something to keep them understanding, don't give mm-hmm. up, anything you like to tell our young black generation?
Absolutely. You could take it from me. I'm on my fourth life. I grew up in the streets. I was all the way in it. Mm-hmm. And then from there, I went to the military. Mm-hmm. That's another life. I was incarcerated. I had to survive that. That's my third life. Mm-hmm. And now I'm a full-time entrepreneur, business owner, and author. So I'm like on my fourth life. Mm-hmm. And one thing that got me through it all was perseverance mm-hmm. and faith. My faith in the Creator, my faith in the Most High, right. and refusing to give up. Yeah. So whatever you're going through, just know that there is light at the end of the tunnel if you don't give up.
and be open for change.
Well, absolutely. Growth.
Yeah.
Growth.
Yeah.
Life is about growth because not all change is good. So you have to grow.
Yeah, that's another topic, y'all. But at the end of the day, I really, really appreciate you coming. You have to come back.
Absolutely.
Of course, with maybe some of your other people you have wrote for, whatever.
Indeed.
And once again, y'all, I appreciate y'all for tuning in. And guess what? Definitely check out that website. We have your Unforgotten. And by the way, I love that jacket.
I appreciate it.
I love that jacket. Check out that website. Get your Unforgotten too. And remember, keep God first and get your own relationship with Him. I promise you it'll be the best. Thank you.